Hello, YouTube. Well, today has gone in a much different direction than I expected it to, but I'm gonna count it as all positive. So it's Friday, October 6th, still, 11:37 a.m. 2023, by the way, and I am headed to HelloFresh. I'm not sure exactly why I woke up a little bit before 11 o'clock, but I did, since I'm on my days off from MLS. Thought I should start my day by checking to see what's on Wonolo and what's on WorkWhile. And the shift that I mentioned previously that I had chose not to work at HelloFresh because I was concerned I wouldn't be able to be awake for it on time, of noon to 5:30 p.m., which I checked last night, and it wasn't on WorkWhile last night, but when I checked at almost 11 o'clock, that shift was back there. So I took it. I'm on my way there right now. I should be able to make it there in plenty of time, although I'm not used to what the traffic is like going out on I-10 this time of day, so I'm just hoping for the best. I still need to put my banking info into WorkWhile. They've been pestering me to give them my banking info so that I can get paid, but I just see absolutely no need to put that into a website that's going to be paying me until I know they're going to be paying me. So far, it's just been the runaround with them, and I've been on WorkWhile since June, and the only shifts they've ever offered me have been delivering with my own car at Axle Hire, which I haven't felt my car has been up to that. Plus, that requires a completely empty and clean car, which is, if you've seen the inside of my car, you know that's kind of a joke. I still have all my daughter's crap. When I picked her up on the streets in July, all that crap is still in my car. So, and now, of course, I'm to the point where I don't think I have insurance. So it's, yeah. And I still think I'd be struggling with overheating if I was doing stop and go driving and delivering stuff. So, there's been no jobs, there's just been contract driving stuff. I'd actually deleted the app at one point to make room for exporting my vlog and iMovie. And for a while, man, Wonolo was just handing me so much work I didn't know what to do for it. In fact, as I've been editing and uploading my vlogs for the short time period that I worked at Domino's, I'm reminded of how the whole time I was working for Domino's, I was non-stop while I was struggling with that, getting constant work offers on Wonolo, and had commented that damn, if I'd have known Wonolo was going to throw that much work at me, I would have never bothered with getting the job at Domino's, or possibly getting the job at MLS for that matter. But as I thought might happen, Wonolo has very much dried up. Now, I'm not going to say there hasn't been anything on Wonolo, but the stuff that's been coming up on Wonolo has not been for days that I have availability to work on Wonolo. Except last weekend. I had 2 10-hour shifts scheduled at Factor, which is a new facility owned by HelloFresh. But as I said, I got really sick last weekend. 102 fever. Yeah, going to work isn't even an option when I'm that sick. And I mean, HelloFresh wouldn't let me in the door anyway, being that I've been working around food, and I think it'd be even more of a problem at Factor, since at Factor they're actually preparing the meals as opposed to just assembling the meal kits. It occurred to me I should probably start getting towards the exit lane, since I'm exiting in 2 miles onto the 202. Time check, since I can't really see my dashboard clock. 11:42. Yeah, I'm doing good on time. Anyway, I reinstalled WorkWhile and was surprised to see that WorkWhile has this bonus program thing going on with HelloFresh production for basically the shifts that hadn't been appearing lately on Wonolo. Now, I know they've had problems with some low-quality labor coming from Wonolo, which isn't me, by the way, although I did have that one day in, I think, August or maybe early September, where I got there and my sweatshirt wasn't there, and that sucked. But as far as like whenever I've worked there, I've worked pretty hard. I have had a couple personal conflicts there, but I've always been working so hard in spite of that, that management above that just always saw fit to just put me in a different spot so I wouldn't be having the conflict with whoever I was having the conflict with. Which, much to the bewilderment of the Wonolo reps, they're like, usually they send me over to talk to you, it's because they want me to have you leave, and they don't want you to leave. So, and then they watch me work and like, you're a hard worker. I'm like, well, yeah, no kidding. I'm not going to have this idiot barking orders at me that make no sense. I'm not the kind of person that just unquestionably says yes, sir. I'm not a Nazi. So anyway, I just did it because it was my job. I gotta explain the Buick problem that happened over at Hertz, because that was definitely an interesting example of that. So anyway, I'm on my way to that shift. First I was thinking about spending today going down to the zone and seeing if we could get some assistance through their office, but given the chance between working a 5-hour shift where I'm going to make almost $100, well, I think it's closer about like $90, and going and being surrounded by bums, I'm going to come make this money. Anyway, once I knew I was having that income come in, it's like, yes, I have enough money to pay my current bill. I actually have something worthwhile to tell SRP, so I decided to call SRP. Got connected to one of the sweetest SRP reps I've ever talked to, and that's saying something, because by and large, the reps at SRP are really sweet. I mean, my God, we were talking about rental cars, my job at the rental car agency, and rental car issues each of us have faced. Kind of interesting, like I told her the story about the time I got the rental car, and I'm not even sure if I put this one on my vlog, but the time Priscilla and I went to Atlanta and we bundled a rental car through, I want to say Priceline, although it could have been Expedia.com, but whichever site we got our flight with, we'd also bundled a rental car with it, and it was through this super sketchy outfit that was not based in the rental car agency, and the directions they gave us to the shuttle was, we went to the rental car agency, the rental car center at the ATL airport, and it's called Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, which I think is the largest airport in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we ended up getting to the rental car center, and then we couldn't find the company that we rented from, so at that point we're on the phone with them, and then they're giving us directions to go to an area that there's no signage in the rental in the airport telling us to go to basically a curb that is not a proper loading zone to get in a white van. like this sounds like the beginning of a really sketchy movie where a whole bunch of people end up kidnapped in the desert and tied up, and phone calls are made to their loved ones with ransom demands. So anyway, I somehow got on this story with her after talking about how I'm working at the rental car center, and she's telling me about how when she had her honeymoon a few years ago, or her wedding, she got married in Hawaii, had a similar situation in the airport she was at in Hawaii. Said overall it ended up being a good rental car experience, that she went to this small business that was mom and pop owned operation, got a great car, it was all well and good. Said, but the lead up to it was clearly out of the ordinary and felt super sketchy. So anyway, yeah, it's just amazing we haven't got on the subject of what's going on with my electric bill. Well, anyway, I'm not alone. A lot of people struggle this summer. The economy is in a shit place, and there are a lot of people due to a woman who died a few years back in her apartment. An elderly lady died in her apartment in Phoenix when her electricity got shut off because she couldn't afford the bill, and she didn't have air conditioning, and it was 118 or whatever in her apartment, and she died from the heat. Since then, in Arizona, they've enacted legislation that makes it illegal to turn off the electricity when there's regular heat advisories. In fact, I think there needs to be over a month pass since the last extreme heat advisory before they can start shutting people off. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to shut people off until soon. It's coming out. Anyway, long story short, because I'm almost to HelloFresh. In fact, I think it's HelloFresh on the right there. Nope, that's not. That's that Rose. I don't know. Not HelloFresh. It's nearly identical building that I'm going into, though. Never been to HelloFresh for any kind of a day shift, so it's going to be a new adventure for me. I assume the job is going to be the same. I had to do the onboarding for HelloFresh through WorkWhile, and I've never zipped through stuff without looking at it so fast in my life. But I'm like, I've been working at HelloFresh for quite a while. There's no point in me doing this. I just need to zip through it, and hopefully it'll get me to a test. And it did quickly get me to the test, and I just went through the test and passed it at 100%, because hello, I kind of worked here already. Anyway, long story short, because I ate my ass into work, they already have me on a payment plan. It was actually better than anything I could have expected they would put me on, and they just did it, repeated it just as a matter of course, because there are so many people that are in my situation of a whole summer worth of bill that they don't expect anybody can just pay all at once. And that payment plan is better than I expected. And she actually advised, I was like, yeah, I have enough payment to pay my current bill, which is due today. And she actually advised me not to do that, so they would mess up my payment plan. And the payment plan is only $133 a month on top of my regular bill. So it's very, very affordable. Some positive news on this vlog for a change. I got a little extra work finally. Even if it's only a 5-hour shift, at least it's a decent paying 5-hour shift. I'm convinced I didn't get paid my full weekly pay, by the way, over at MLS this week, but that's something I'm going to have to resolve with them when I go back to work. It's probably not going to be able to do anything about that till Monday. And I did hear the one gal that, the one with the long crazy nails, is the one who initially called me to let me know when to come in for my orientation there. I don't know why the hell I can't ever remember her name, but anyway, she had told me that, or actually Steve was talking to her, and he's having some issue with his direct deposit for his first paycheck coming back, and she said that they've been having trouble getting a hold of the PO Please, or whatever it's called, the HR support services company that handles all the payroll and stuff. So yeah, that's not positive. I do trust they will do what they can to pay me. They do really like me there. So anyway, I'm about to work. Thanks for coming with on the drive and the walk, and thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody's support I get on this channel. Thank you.